Is it really a Chelsea Moon video if I don't look like absolute garbage? Oh, that's good. That's real good. Bonjour, welcome back to the channel. If you're wondering where the fireplace is and that big floral painting and the deer fur and all that, this is my new craft room. If you like organization videos, maybe check out the last one. I showed turning this space from a sawdust covered construction site to a craft room. It's pretty cool. But you're not here for that. You're here because you've seen in the title that we're making something today. Today I'm making a 1920s dress, and this dress will be used for my Halloween costume because I really want to lean in my love for the 20s right now and be like a flapper girl for Halloween. But also just to wear the dress. I love vintage fashion, and my era has usually for the past 20 years or so been the 1940s, but lately it's been the 20s that have really interested me. And I don't have very much of anything to really embrace that besides the haircut, my brows, and my makeup. So with my skills, let's make something to embrace that. I know that most of you are here for native things, native crafts, ribbon garments, but you know, I am a native who can make other things as well. So what I'm saying is, if you're here for vintage fashion, stick around. If you are here for native and native stuff only, I understand. I'll catch you in the next one. Alright, so let me show you what I got. So I have worked with this fabric here on the channel in the past. I did a video on a cosplay that I made. I dressed up as one of the Dimitrescu daughters from Resident Evil 8. And when I made that dress, I bought way too much fabric. And so I've had a huge chunk of this black floral, I'm not sure how to say this, jacquard. Anyway, I've had a huge chunk of this fabric saved ever since then. I think that was 2022, so almost 3 years later, here I am ready to use it. I'm going to use this for the dress. I also thrifted these curtains. They're just like short, what are they called, like valance curtains, which are sheer. I mostly thrifted them because I liked the trim that was on them. But I might use some of the fabric for this project as well. Oh my gosh, I forgot that the Christmas ornament I picked out for this year is in this bag still. And then I also got some velvet ribbon. I have two different sizes. I have two thicker ones, one thinner one, and just, I don't know if the camera does it justice, but it's really pretty. I love velvet. Maybe I should have mentioned before that I don't have a solid plan of how I'm going to do this. I just watched like a tutorial of somebody making a 1920s type like drop waist dress. And I looked up some patterns on the internet just for some inspiration. Didn't end up buying a pattern because I think I can handle making the draft on my own. So here are two of my references. What I like from the black one is the like bodice area. I like the v-neck, and I think the little under part that sticks out from the v-neck might be where I incorporate the red fabric from the thrifted curtain. From the pink one, I like the skirt, how it has the two layers. I don't really plan on making the seam where it joins the bodice and the skirt like an upturned V the way that one is. I do plan on making that just straight across like the black one. And so for the trim on the curtains, I think I want to put that on the waist, and then the ribbon also on the waist, but also lining the V portion of the bodice. You know how these things go when I don't have a solid plan, though. Even when I do have a solid plan, things change actually. So look out for changes in the future, I guess. Anyway, that is enough of me yapping. I think that I should get started because it's already like 12:30 and I need to get going. Hello. So after some deliberation, I literally took off my shirt to see like, well, how does this sweatshirt fits me nice and loose? How does this measure out? So I took some measurements, fiddled around, and came up with kind of a plan. I'm going to just cut a rectangle and figure the neck and armholes later. But I do want like a V cut of the neck, so I think I do want to use these two curtains. I would have to use both layers. If this is still too sheer, I can't make up my mind whether it's too sheer or if I'm okay with it. If it is too sheer, then I have this extra piece of fabric that I am gonna put underneath just one layer. We're not there yet though, but I'm gonna get this bodice cut out and then I'll fiddle with the skirt portion. Also, apparently my plan of having this to widen or lengthen didn't quite work out. It's a little shorter. I'm just gonna try and work with it. Here's where I am with this. I like the length. I had it set so that there was like a 1/2 inch of seam allowance at the bottom. I think I will make that 1 inch. And then this is where the rectangle has gotten us. What I'm hoping for, and this might change, is for the sleeve. Like it's going to be a sleeveless, but I want the sleeve, the shoulder, I guess, to come off of my shoulder and come onto my arm just a little bit. So how I'm going to keep that width, I'm not exactly sure. But I think my next mission is to figure out this armhole situation. Wish me luck. Hey, hi, it's the person that said they could probably handle drafting the skirt on their own. I think I can handle making the draft on my own. Turns out I needed a little bit of help, and this project has taken a huge turn. So these pieces, unfortunately, are a bit useless. This is why I always start out with paper. I don't know why I didn't. Or you make a mock-up and not cut into your expensive fabric. Good news is I do have a lot, so I have enough to make up for this loss. Of course, these are big enough pieces that they'll definitely be put aside for something else in the future. But through searching the internet, I ended up finding tutorials from a creator here on YouTube that I actually adore watching. And she has 2 videos of a 1-hour dress. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing today. Basically, I'm going to be cutting out a like tea dress shape, and then I'm going to add a skirt to it. So onward to cutting out fabric for this dress again. All right, focus. Here is the bodice cut out. My next step is I'm going to cut out the skirt, and then after that I will fiddle with the neckline. Now for the skirt, what the closet historian said to do was to leave this fold. So I'm going to measure the width of my skirt along this fold and then the length this way. Basically, I'm just going to cut out like a big rectangle. This fold will be at the waist. I'll eventually like just cut a slit in this fold here. That's where I will attach it to the bodice. And then this remaining is just gonna hang off. You'll see. I was trying really hard to use the rest of this fabric, and besides the two pieces that are this big, I also now have this much remaining. Keep in mind this is folded in half, so it's twice of what you're seeing here. I mean, it's almost like ribbon skirt size. Guess it'll have to be a ribbon skirt. I do see this exact fabric on the powwow trail a lot in different colors. Alright, so I have just one piece for the back here, and I found the middle of it because I'm taking the trash piece that I already cut a neck hole out of, and I'm just going to use this to copy it instead of doing all of that process all over again. I like actually can't believe that I'm saying this right now, but it's time to sew. I have these two little squares triangles cut out. I'm gonna put these together because one is way too sheer, and I think that two is like enough coverage but still sheer enough to be a little suggestive. I'm gonna sew these two together. Basically just it's a based stitch, and then apply both of these at the same time to the V of the bodice. Once I do that, then I don't know what's next. Dinner is what will be next. These two are basted together, and now I'm going to place them on top of here and pin and sew this side first, and then I'll do this side. You know, as I'm sitting here pinning the other side of this, I was just thinking, wondering if anybody is like, this is a lot for a Halloween costume. So I think I mentioned that it's not just a Halloween costume. Like, yes, I'll be wearing it on Halloween for the idea that I'm going for, but it will just be like a regular old dress. And I was thinking about, in the past, have I made any other high quality costumes that I would just wear. And in fact, the Dimitrescu dress that I made out of the same fabric, I wore to a ball. So, yeah, just thought I would share that thought. I thought I would share the thought. Alright, so I got this pressed nice and flat, and I also pressed this hem allowance in. Now, I do want to put this ribbon along here, but I also want to put it along the back of the neck. So I'm going to actually join this front piece and this back piece together at the shoulders first, and then put the ribbon on, just so there isn't like a ton of bulkiness right here. Alright, bodice is sewn together. I just need the sleeves hemmed. Now it's time to put on the skirt. So I have the fold here, and I think I made a mistake on the skirt as well. What I do is on this fold, I cut a slit from here to here and attach the bodice, and then this fold stays there, and it just kind of comes undone and drapes down. The mistake that I made is I don't think I made this long enough, because what I didn't account for was that this part needs to be long enough to like cover my thigh basically, and it doesn't. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do to fix that. I'll make that decision in a moment, but now I'm just going to cut the slit and attach it to the bodice and then try and figure out what I should do. I'm also kind of annoyed because my serger is running out of thread. Oh my god. Okay, so I've been in this basement for 8 hours altogether, as you can tell, and I think I'm going to break for the night. It's almost 9 p.m. So the skirt is on the bodice. I tried it on. It looks really cute. And next is going to the store and picking up some more thread for the serger, because that fabric frays really bad. Starting with the grueling task of threading the serger. And after serging every possible edge, I pinned and ironed and then stitched the hem of the sleeves.